Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to the Daily Mail, Erik Tenhack is ready to leave Ajax at the end of this season. Edwin van der Sar says Ajax are ready to let Erik Tenhack leave for Old Trafford. Manchester United are close to agreeing personal terms with Erik Tenhack and are prepared to pay Ajax's required release clause. Erik Tenhack is the favourite to become Manchester United's next manager. There's a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik Tenhack get recommended in. It would be good for Erik Tenhack to come and experience the Premier League because he's not yet managed in the Premier League. And I think if he became Manchester United's next manager, he would get the best out of these group of players. He would suit the strappings of the club. And he would be capable of winning trophies. Erik Tenhack has been the Ajax manager for over 4 years. Ajax appointed him in back in December 2017. His contract at Ajax expires next year. At Ajax he's won a couple of Eredivisie titles. He's also won some Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019 he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. So there you go. And before Ajax he managed Utrecht, before then managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then managed Go Ahead Eagles. And you know the news regarding Mauricio Pochettino. Mauricio Pochettino is under more pressure now as PSG recently lost 3-0 to Monaco. Well, Mauricio Pochettino wants to stay at PSG. You know, he still wants to lead PSG to Champions League success. Earlier on this season it said Pochettino was on the verge of being sacked by PSG after PSG did get knocked out of the Champions League by Real Madrid. You know, Pochettino's been the PSG manager for over a year. I think he has won a French Cup with them. His contract at PSG expires next year. Not so long ago, there was a lot of narratives coming out about Thomas Tuchel from Chelsea. David Ornstein from The Athletic said not so long ago that Man United ideally want to appoint a new manager by the end of this month. Ralph Rangnick, you know, he's been Manchester United's interim manager for almost 4 months. He is Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then it did initially say at the first that he's expected to take up a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Now the consultancy role could be in doubt. Not so long ago it said Man United are considering sacking Ralph Rangnick. You know, Rangnick has lost 4 games in all competitions as Manchester United's interim manager. Quite a few times it's said that Rangnick wants the permanent Man United job. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow, and earlier on this season he recommended Ewan Sharpin as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. Rangnick has endured one transfer window as Manchester United's interim manager. Unfortunately, Rangnick did not get backed in the January transfer window. Man United endured a very disappointing January transfer window this year because Man United didn't make any signings. We should have let Lingard and Henderson leave, but we blocked their exits. We had the incident with Mason Greenwood towards the end of January as well. On the other side of things though, Man United let around 8 players leave in January. You know, Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson retired, even though Man United are not really known as a sacking football club. The 4 managers we've sacked since Ferguson, we sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Man United finished 7th under the Moyes era. That's the lowest we've finished in the Premier League era. Then Man United sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. We did win the FA Cup under him. Then Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years. Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United because he won 3 trophies in his first season. And last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after almost 3 years in charge. So there you go. You know, Manchester United have not won a trophy for 5 years. This season is another trophyless season for Man United because not so long ago Man United got knocked out of the Champions League by Atletico Madrid. So Man United's focus now is to finish in the top 4 this season. Well, Rangnick said earlier on this season that his aim is for Man United to finish in the top 4 this season. But top 4's in doubt for Man United as well. I reckon Arsenal will get the top 4. You know, in the last 10 years, Manchester United have only won 4 trophies. You know, we've not won the Premier League since 2013. And in the last 10 years, Man United have spent over 1.3 billion. You know, we've brought a lot of players in since Ferguson retired. We've brought over 40 odd players in, and let me put into the equation, Rangnick is inheriting players who other managers have brought in, so none of this squad is Rangnick's. The Glazers, you know, they've owned Manchester United for around 16.5 years. You know, the Glazers bought Manchester United for 500 million back in 2005. You know, we've got to get the Glazers out because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Should the Glazers demolish Old Trafford? Well, not so long ago there was reports saying that Old Trafford could be demolished as Man United looked to upgrade the stadium. You know, Man United have played in the same stadium for 112 years. You know, we're looking to increase the capacity to around 80,000. Old Trafford at the moment holds around 75,000. Old Trafford isn't a static stadium, it's the second biggest stadium in England. In the summer of this year, I'm expecting Manchester United to make signings. You know, in the summer of this year, I'm expecting Man United to sign a midfielder and a striker. On the other side of things, I'm expecting a lot of players to depart the club this summer. So in the summer, I reckon Edinson Cavani will leave. Cavani's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Cavani has been linked to a move to La Liga. He's also been... What? Hiya. Alright. He's also been linked to a move to Brazil. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Earlier on this season, Cavani had a groin injury. Well, he's had quite a few injuries since he signed for the club. Jesse Lingard, I'm expecting him to leave as well in the summer. Lingard's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Lingard has been part of the club for a long time. He is up our academy and that, but he doesn't really get in the team. At the second half of last season, Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. Like I said earlier on in the video, Lingard should have left in January, but we blocked his exit. I'm expecting Van der Beek and Martial to leave permanently in the summer. You know, at the moment, Van der Beek's out on loan with Everton and Martial's out on loan with Sevilla. Juan Mata. I'm expecting him to leave in the summer. Mata's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Mata has been at Manchester United for 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. Manchester United got Mata from Chelsea back in 2014, got him for 37.1 million. Mata doesn't get in the team, he lost his place in the team a while ago. Matic, he'll leave Man United in the summer. He's out of contract in the summer. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he's still being given his opportunities. He's the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got at the moment. And I've always had my reservations about Matic because he's always been a static midfielder, plus he's ageing up and that. Man United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017, got him for 40 million. So Matic has been at the club over 4 years now. Good chance that Paul Pogba will be departing the club in the summer. Pogba's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Not so long ago, Pogba's trainer claimed that Pogba wants to leave Old Trafford. Pogba is interested in a Juventus return. Well, he did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he re-signed for Man United, and the Telegraph said earlier on this season that Pogba was open to Premier League offers if he leaves Man United this summer. It did get revealed not so long ago that Pogba's house got burgled during Manchester United's Champions League last 16 game against Atletico Madrid at Old Trafford. Earlier on this season, Pogba was out with injury for a while. Well, he's endured quite a few injuries since he re-signed for the club, so he is injury prone. This season has been Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and he's played over 200 games since he re-signed. And Manchester United paid £89 million for Paul Pogba, so reflecting on that, he's our most expensive sign at the moment, and we had him when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. I'm expecting Phil Jones and Erik to leave in the summer as well, because they don't really get in the team. I think Man United will look to sell Harry Maguire in the summer, because Harry Maguire is not good enough to represent the club. I can't understand how Harry Maguire is still Manchester United captain. A lot of United fans have been demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. Earlier on this season, Rangnick actually said that Maguire will remain Man United captain until the end of the season. A lot of United fans have said that, you know, the captaincy should be given to Ronaldo. Prior to the City game at the Etihad, it said Maguire was upsetting his teammates in the dressing room. He's one of the worst centre-halves I've seen, Maguire. You know, Man United paid £80 million for him. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive sign at the club behind Pogba. And Maguire's been at Man United over 2 years, and he's endured quite a few injuries as well since he came to the club. We could look to sell Aaron Wan-Bissaka in the summer as well. I don't think he's good enough. Plus, he's not our first choice right back under Rangnick. You know, Diego Dalot's our first choice right back under Rangnick. And Dean Henderson will leave in the summer. Henderson should have left in January, like I've mentioned. Henderson's our second choice goalkeeper. Henderson doesn't really get in goal because, revert back to last summer, De Gea reclaimed that #1 spot back. Henderson has only made 3 appearances this season. Earlier on this season, Henderson got arrested for abusing his girlfriend. Marcus Rashford, he could leave Man United this summer. Don't forget Barcelona are interested in signing Marcus Rashford. Real Madrid have been interested in him. PSG have been in for him. Atletico Madrid have been in for him. So he has been subjected to transfer speculation. Don't forget Rashford was dropped from the England squad not so long ago. Romano said the other week that Marcus Rashford is considering his future with Man United as he is concerned about his lack of playing time. Rashford is a good player overall, but Rashford has endured a lot of poor games this season. A lot of United fans, including me, have said that Rashford has not been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. Rashford missed the first 2 months of this season with that shoulder injury. Earlier on this season, he had a minor leg injury. Rashford's contract at Man United expires next year. He has been part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy. He's been a United player since the age of 7 and broke into our senior squad back in 2016. And since then, he's gone on to make nearly 300 appearances in all competitions. I initially thought Ronaldo was going to be leaving this summer, but now looks like that's not going to happen because Ajax said not so long ago that Ronaldo has no plans to leave Man United this summer as he's willing to see out his contract. So there you go. Manchester United's next game is Leicester. That is on the 2nd of April. And that is a must-win game for Manchester United. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop me comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always. And take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.